Hello reception, Miss Pinnock here, and today I'm going to read you a story. Now this term our topic is all about celebrations and festivals, and the celebration that we are learning about right now is Diwali. So I'm going to read you a story called Rama and Sita, and it is the story of Diwali. So here we go. I would like you to be concentrating clownfishes for me. Thank you. So this is the story of Rama and Sita, the story of Diwali, written by Malachi Doyle and illustrated by Christopher Kaur. Prince Rama was a great warrior. He had a beautiful wife named Sita. So that's Rama and that's Sita. Rama's stepmother did not want him to become king, for she hoped her son would be king instead. To get rid of Rama, she tricked the young prince's father into sending him away into the forest. So the stepmother got Rama's father to send Rama and Sita into the forest. So that's Rama and Sita in the forest. So Rama and Sita went to live there in a tiny cottage. Life was peaceful until one day, Sita was spotted by the demon king Ravana. Ravana had 20 arms and 10 heads. Look. He had eyes as red as the brightest fire and teeth as sharp as daggers. "A beautiful princess," he hissed. "I shall make her my wife." The next day, as Rama and Sita were fetching water, they saw a deer. "Could you catch it for me?" Sita asked her husband. "I would like to keep it as a pet." So Rama and Sita saw the deer, and Sita wanted the deer as a pet. But the deer was a trick sent by the wicked demon, for as Rama had gone deeper into the forest chasing it, Ravana swooped down on Sita. He swept her up and away over the treetops. Sita was terrified, but she knew that she must have a trail for her husband to follow. So Sita was clever. She wanted to leave a trail for Rama to follow. She pulled off her golden anklet and threw it on the ground. Her golden anklet. Then she tossed down her earrings one after the other, and lastly, she removed her shiny scarf. So Sita is leaving a trail for Rama to help find her. Below her in a tree, a little white monkey looked up and saw her jewelry falling. "The stars are falling from the sky," he thought. At last, Rama caught up with the magical deer. But as soon as he touched it, the animal changed into a demon and took off into the air. It's a trick. "It was all a trick," cried the prince. He rushed back to the cottage, but his beautiful wife was gone. "The demons have taken Sita," he moaned. "If it is the last thing I do in life, I shall find her." So Rama's upset. He wants to go and find Sita. He started to look for her. Deeper and deeper he went into the very heart of the forest, until last he saw something sparkle in the leaves. Sita's golden anklet. Do you remember Sita dropped her anklet when the demon king Ravana had her in the air? An earring, he gasped. A moment later, and another. A little further on, he caught sight of something bright and fluttering in the trees. Sita's scarf, he exclaimed. The one I gave her the day we were married. See, Rama's finding all of Sita's things that she left as a trail. Suddenly, there before him was the little white monkey. He was Hanuman, the Monkey King. That's Hanuman. He led Rama to a great cave under a hill. Hanuman sent word to all of the monkeys in the world that they must gather there. The demon Ravana has stolen Sita, cried Hanuman. Rama and his wife are friends to the animals. We must find her. That's the Monkey King Hanuman telling the other monkeys. So the monkeys went off in every direction. They searched the forest, the mountain and the plain. The monkeys are searching all over for Sita. At last, Hanuman's group came to the edge of the land. There, far out to sea, stood the island. And as the land there, far out to sea, the Monkey King saw that he knew where Sita was. See the island. The island was surrounded by massive rocks and stormy seas. And the other monkeys could see no way to get ashore. But Hanuman was the son of the wind god. He climbed onto the top of a hill, sucked in the wind all around him, and leapt out over the crashing waves. Ooh, Hanuman has powers. The Monkey King landed on the island and soon found Sita. He found her. Sita was near the palace of the evil demon. No, he heard her cry. I will not marry you, Ravana. It is Rama alone that I love. When Sita saw Hanuman, she knew straight away why he had come. Catch, she cried, tossing him a pearl from her hair. Take this to my husband. Show him that I'm still alive. Rama was overjoyed at the news. Hanuman called all the monkeys to gather at the shore. But the waves were growing even bigger. Look at the waves. The monkeys thought of a way to cross. Build a bridge, ordered the Monkey King. So they gathered rocks and grass, salt and soil. They mixed them all together and built a giant bridge all the way from the shore to the island. Then they marched across and the terrible battle with the demon began. So it's a big battle now to save Sita. I have come to rescue my wife, shouted Rama, when at last he made it through to the palace. You have to hurt me first, cried the Demon King. With a mighty swing of his sword, Rama sliced off one of the heads, but to his horror, another one grew back in its place. Again and again, Rama chopped, and again Rama's heads reappeared. His sword could do nothing, so Rama raised his bow. The gods of fire and wind guided the arrow, and in a burst of flames, it pierced Ravana's chest, killing him stone dead. Rama went to find Sita locked away in the depths of the palace. They hugged each other warmly and they came out and called a halt to the battle. So Rama and Sita stopped the fighting because Rama now has Sita again. After thanking Hanuman and the monkeys, Rama and Sita returned to their own country to rule as king and queen. The gods threw flowers from the sky and the people lined the streets with flags and flowers, and in every house an oil lamp was put in the window to welcome them home. They ruled happily and well for many years until it was time for them to leave this life on earth and return to heaven. Look at these beautiful, beautiful colours. And they've got their diva lamps in their windows to celebrate Diwali. And that is the story of Rama and Sita. It shows us how goodness and truth can win over evil, as one little oil lamp can brighten the darkest of nights. And every year at the festival of Diwali, Hindu people light small oil lamps or divas inside their homes to remember. So look, another diva lamp. Beautiful. The end. So that is the story of Rama and Sita, the story of Diwali. What a beautiful story it is.